Hey guys, so this is a quick lesson video for Cold Shot. So we got the verse and we got pretty much a chorus. That's pretty much the only two riffs we've got for this song. The verse riff is used for the intro and it's used for the solo. So you've only really got two riffs to learn to conquer this song. The other great thing is both those riffs kind of based around the same idea. So once you've kind of mastered that idea, hopefully you can get this song down pretty fast. So the first riff we're going to look at is the intro and or verse and or solo rhythm. And this is going to basically be all in the key of A, so the whole song's in the key of A minor, and the intro basically starts on this A here, 7th fret D string, which comes kind of from your first position A minor pentatonic scale you learned a long time ago. So basically what you're doing with this riff is you're playing a shuffle rhythm, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, instead of a straight 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you're basically going to be doing this kind of alternating idea between this A and this G. Now this G is on the same string, D string, but it's just on the 5th fret. So you're always on that same D string when you're alternating between these notes. Now these come on your numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, sort of thing. But you need to play something on that and to get that shuffle vibe. So that and is basically an open D, so the same string again, but just open. This makes it really easy, it gives you that bit of time to kind of get between the two notes. So when you put them together, you kind of get a... Okay, so you're just jumping between those with an open in between. Now I play all the fretted notes down picked, and then all the opens up picked, and it gives me a cool right hand groove, like a really nice shuffle groove on this hand. Okay, and the more little pulls and bends and vibratos you can get in there, just the better it's going to sound. But you should be able to really master this, kind of the muscle memory of this hand, because it's not too difficult for the riff. So once you've practiced alternating this back and forth for a while and you feel comfortable with it, then we can try and get the riff together in terms of filling out 4 beats, because the riff just lasts for 4 beats. And it goes basically like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so on a repeat you would get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so once you've got this whole kind of phrase really comfortable, what you can then try is just really getting that expression in. And all those, I mean, this is essentially your little minor third back to your root, which, as we've learned before, always sounds good, pulled a bit out of tune. Little touches like that really bring this riff into its own. So that's pretty much the body of the whole verse riff. I mean, it's just a very kind of comfortable, simple groove on the right hand, with a fairly simple movement on this hand. Only bit that sometimes gets people is the fact that you alternate, and then you need to stay on this third finger for this part rather than going back to your first. Now it's going to at first feel like comfortable to go back to your first finger, if anything more comfortable than going still straight onto your third again. So that bit might take a little while to get comfortable. Okay, but hopefully you'll be able to crack it just from watching this vid. Okay, so I hope you're able to get that Cold Shot verse riff down. If so, it's going to make this chorus riff a hell of a lot easier to learn. Now basically for this chorus, you're going to be using the exact kind of same phrasing, muscle memory idea as you did for the verse. It's just in a new location on the neck. So rather than playing in the key of A, you're going to start this one off in the key of D for the chorus. So if we know our notes, then top string, E string, we get a D here on the 10th fret, so we can play our first position shape off there. It's going to give us D minor pentatonic as opposed to A minor pentatonic. Now, you're just basically going to be doing the exact same thing. So you're going to be same strings, same phrasing, just on the 10th and 12th fret. Simple as that. Now, the only thing that's slightly different is this chorus kind of has a 4-bar revolving structure to it. Even though it really only lasts once, it doesn't repeat itself. It's kind of like a pop song or a traditional, I don't know, like a Beatles song. It's just like a 4-bar turnaround rather than a 12-bar or a 16-bar or something like that. So your first bar, you play basically 2 lots of this phrase on the D for bar 1. So that would be bar 1. Then bar 2, you just jump back down to your verse position. Same thing, 2 times. Okay, so that's bar 2. For bar 3, bring it straight back to here, same again, 2 times. Okay, so that's bar 3. Now what we've got is bar 4 to finish up our chorus. So for bar 4, rather than doing this idea again, he kind of uses a bit of a turnaround idea. You notice he's in the key of A for the whole song. And if A is your 1 chord for a 12-bar blues, D would be your, or D, would be your 4 chord, and then E would be your turnaround chord, right, your 5 chord. So he uses this turnaround chord, this 5 chord, this E, for the 4th bar of the chorus. Now rather than just playing like an E power chord or an E major or something, he plays this really cool Hendrixy or E chord up here. Now, I mean, I'm just going to go through it through the strings and just let you know what frets we're on. So we've got an open E to start it. Then we've got another E on the 7th fret of the A string, played with 2nd finger. Then we're going to go 6th fret, D string with the 1st finger. Then we're going to go 7th fret G string with your 3rd finger, so tucked underneath your 2nd. That gives you an E dominant 7 chord. Okay, but we're going to add this little 13th like Hendrix used to do, which is basically what you're going to be doing is be adding a G right up on this B string, 8th fret with your pinky finger. And it adds a real jazziness to that chord. Okay, so once he's done his 3rd bar here, he jumps to that E chord. Okay, now as you notice, the rhythm's a bit odd on that. Some people really get thrown by the rhythm because he doesn't come in on the 1, so he doesn't go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, you know what I mean? He comes in on an off. He actually comes in at 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So he's kind of coming in on off beats, like. Okay, now the best way to kind of learn this is to learn to be able to, when you're going to play your chord, rather than just strumming it, plant your hand on the kind of 16th note or the beat that comes before the beat you want to play on. It's a bit of like a double bass player's technique that they used to do. So they would need a note, say on the 1, they'd go and 1, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 1. Kind of that, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Okay? Give them that slap in between. And that's kind of what he's doing, but just a bit quicker. Okay? Now, I mean, the rhythm of that might take a little while, and getting this slap can take a little while as well. Some people scratch. So rather than planting their hand, they'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll play like a 6's pattern over the top and use chord squeezing on this hand to get either nothing or squeeze for a chord. So you can try that. But you can kind of see you are changing from a shuffled rhythm to a